Hello, and today I'm going to be trying to show you how to make your own stream alerts with just free software to make this nice and quick and easy for you. So then, first things first is the software. First, you want to head off to fxhome.com and you'll want to go to the menu and go for HitFilm Express, which as you can quite clearly see is free. Just head over to there, get HitFilm Express, and make your own account. Of course, for me, I already have an account, so I can easily quite sign in. Once you have created your account and you have signed in, you should be able to go to this page here, where you can then download the software. Simply download their installer and wait for that to download. Now that we have the free software, we can just install it, so it is good to go. Alright, and now that we've got installed, we can just finish that up, and now we can go download the second bit of free software we'll need, which is GIMP. Head over to gimp.org and click the quite obvious download button to go to the download page. Then you can choose your download option that you prefer. I'm going to just directly download it and save that to my desktop, and we'll wait a moment for this to download the actual installer. Alright, now we have downloaded the GIMP installer, so we can go and install GIMP. However, when you go to install this, there's a very important thing you have to make sure you do with the install. So once you get to this install menu, before you just go ahead and click install, we want to customize it so it has some of the options we'll need later. So then we'll go ahead, select what we want, select whatever you need, and once we get here, you're going to want to check to install the GIF extension. That is because we'll be using GIMP to turn our exported file from HitFilm into a GIF file, which can then be uploaded to your preferred alert service such as Streamlabs. So then we'll just go through the installer, check that we have the things we want, such as the GIF part, which will be just shown just here, and then we can just install. Alright, and now we've finished the GIMP install, so we can just finish that. And now we can head over to HitFilm. Now once you open up HitFilm, you'll come to this landing page on the program, where they'll just have all of their like tutorials and stuff advertised. And if you go over to the top left, there'll be the new button. So you can select new, and you want to select the frame rate you want, and then the dimensions you'll want to go with this as well. Also, I'd recommend here, this little, what was a chain icon, I'd recommend breaking it so that now it will not preserve the aspect ratio and you'll be able to just enjoy having whatever you choose, which I'll be using 800 by 800 pixels. So then, once that's in, you can select OK, wait for the program to load up your editing space, and now we're in our editing space, and as you can see, we've got our big block here. However, I won't be using this space as I already have a a thing ready to go. So then, as you can see here, I have already gone ahead and I have built a within HitFilm an alert test alert I could use. And as you can see, it's just got some lines, they come in, it spins, there's a nice looking green X, and it holds for a moment, and then it finishes. I'm not going to go into too much details about how I've done this with keyframing, but I can link a resource of which will be of use for anyone who wants to do this. But to basically explain what's going on, we've got my two files, test A and test B, and I have set them so that we have them hiding up in the top, and then they come down as the timeline goes off. And then once they get to here, they get replaced by test C, which is the full X, which then I just make spin, and then I cut off the spin, and then I just have another test C which just stays for a few seconds to hold. So that's basically what I've done, and now we can export, and we want to export the contents so that we just export the stuff that's actually happening and not anything else that we don't want. So export contents, and we'll go to our export. From there, it's important to note how we export this. So here we'll have here we'll want to select one of two options from the presets, of which is here in this drop-down menu. We'll either do a PNG sequence or a PNG sequence with alpha. Depending on how you have made this will be what you want. If you have any parts where it's transparent and you want that to be shown in the export, use PNG sequence with alpha, because the alpha channel is what makes it transparent. If you don't have anything and any transparent parts and you want to just keep the file size down a little bit, then I'd recommend just using a plain PNG sequence. But of course my one was transparent, so I'll be doing PNG sequence with alpha. Once you've got that all selected, just go ahead and select where you want your files to be exported to, and we can start exporting. As you can see over here on the right, it's just kind of previewing where it is, and it's complete. And as you can see here is a PNG, is 800 by 800 pixels, and we've got RGBA, where the alpha is the A channel. So then that's been exported, and we can close up HitFilm, and as we can see, it is kind of put them all into a big mess here because I did not actually make a folder for this. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to create a folder, and I'm just going to throw as much of these as I can into this. So that now, once we open the folder, we can see, because of the way it's named all the images, it's put them back into order, where it's nice, and we have about 149 images for the 149 frames, or 150 if you count the first one, actually. So now that we've got this folder, we can then go ahead and open GIMP. So then, now that we've got GIMP open, we can go ahead and we want to open as layers. So in the top left, just select File, Open as Layers, and then find the folder for the images. And just if you're on Windows, it'll be Control A to select all of them. If you're on Mac, figure out yourself because I'm no Mac user. So then we'll open it, and now you can painfully sit here and enjoy as your many individual frames are loaded in one by one, and you can see on the right, they're all just stacking up as layers. And here we can see it's doing its thing, and you get to suffer here and enjoy watching. And now that we have completed all of the files being loaded in to GIMP, we can now see we've just got this big block of green for mine. And the reason for that is because all of these individual X's, as it spins, has filled it in, leaving no gaps when you put all the layers together. But that's not something to worry about as long as you export it correctly. So now that we've got this, we want to go back into the File menu, and we will want to go to Export As. From here, we'll go down to the select file type, and we'll open this up so that we can now look at the various file types we can export this as. So then we'll go down, we'll find the GIF one, which should be there if you installed this correctly, and if you do not, then go back in the video and realize what you did wrong and reinstall this. So then we've got the GIF, we'll select the export option, and now we'll get to this window where we can then change some things about this. So first we'll want to select the as animation option so that then we can open up some various other things to play around with. For start, the delay between frames, we'll want to change that since this will be a 30 frames per second thing. I have calculated this to be 33.3 delay of milliseconds between frames. We'll have that delay for all of the frames, and because of the way how this has got transparency, we'll want to look at the frame disposal. Here we'll want to have 1 frame per layer, so that then we don't end up with the GIF just looking like this, where it ends up filling up the entire thing at the end. And we'll want that disposal for all of the frames, and we can select export. Alright, and now that we have exported that, we can just close GIMP. We can open up here, and as you can see, this is the GIF file. So I'll move this out onto my desktop. And if we open this up, as you can see, it comes in and it spins and it works just fine. So then, now is the bit where we actually throw this up into Streamlabs, which should be pretty simple enough. We open up Streamlabs, we log in with our preferred option. Now once you get to your Streamlabs or preferred option, you'll just want to go ahead and upload your file. So I'll have my SpinningX file. We'll load this in. As you can see, we can just select that, and there it is in Streamlabs doing its thing. I'll just throw a text delay in there as well, and we can save settings. From there, it's pretty simple enough. You would just in your OBS, as I am doing now, add in the browser source, add in your link, then if we go ahead and just test the option, it works. Hope you enjoyed this very basic and very information lacking tutorial, and that's about it from me, so thanks for watching.